Hi, this is Mike Hendrickson from Strata Hadoop World in the Javits Center in New York City. I'm here with Steve Watt and Eli Collins. Steve, you're with Red Hat, and Eli, you're with Cloudera. And I hear you guys had an announcement this week. Can you kind of talk a little bit about
Absolutely.
What and why and how?
Sure. I think Cloudera and Red Hat have a mutual desire to see the open source ecosystem be vital and successful. But beyond that, I think our partnership is characterized by three key areas, right? Reliability, simplicity, and performance. And so with that, basically what we've done is partnered around OpenStack, so basically bringing those values to running Cloudera Enterprise on cloud platforms, running Cloudera Enterprise on RHEL platforms, and then taking those two solutions and making it really easy for developers to deploy solutions using JBoss and OpenShift with Cloudera Enterprise.
And then Eli, Cloudera, you probably see a lot of Red Hat in your enterprise that you work with?
Yes, I mean Red Hat's been an important platform for us from day one, right? Whether it was RHEL and now OpenStack and OpenShift, JBoss, they've got a lot of open source technology that is all over our customer base, and it's important for them and therefore us that we really support that platform and take advantage of it.
So you both have platforms, but these platforms are now going to work together more seamlessly? Is that the intention here behind?
Yeah. So we're a data management platform, and we build on and against the platforms that Red Hat provides. So whether that's running on an operating system or their OpenStack environment or integrating with their application layer, with OpenShift, we are around Red Hat technology in all of the businesses we're in.
And Red Hat technology, Red Hat platform is around a ton of enterprises.
Yeah, absolutely.
So people are familiar already.
They're familiar.
So it's a natural progression for you guys to be able to offer.
Well, and I think the key thing is joint engineering, right? So we're not developing RHEL in isolation or OpenStack in isolation or Cloudera Enterprise in isolation. What we're doing is coming together, standing the systems up in our data centers, running performance analysis on them, and bringing basically Cloudera's brain trust and Red Hat's brain trust, and basically improving the performance, making it simple, more reliable.
So simplicity, performance, what was the
reliability?
Reliability.
Yeah.
Okay, and the same for you guys?
Yeah, so we have a ton of joint customers, and they want a great product experience when they use these technologies together, right? And Red Hat's the leader in the Linux space, and we're the leader in the Hadoop space, and so naturally, our customers demand it, and we want to make our platforms work well together.
Excellent. So where do you see this partnership? Let's fast forward to next year, we have the same conversation.
Yeah, sure.
What could you say we will accomplish in a year having you two work together?
I would say that Eli and I have worked quite hard together over the months to get phase one out, and what I've just articulated is phase one. Mm-hmm. We have plans for phase two as well. So I think phase two will really be building on the successes of phase one. I think phase two will probably see a little bit more work on the OpenShift side, on the application developer productivity, and I think you'll also probably see a little more work around automation with Cloudera Enterprise on OpenStack, making that a little simpler and easier to deploy. I mean, OpenStack is a complex beast. Red Hat is doing our best to make that simple. And we have this technology called Sahara that allows you to deploy Hadoop distributions on OpenStack. And the idea is it's like automated and easy. And we're working with Eli and the Cloudera team to make that even easier to deploy Cloudera Enterprise on that. But I think there's still levels of complexity around service selection. How do I optimize this? How do I scale? And I think you'll see a lot of additional follow-on work making that a little easier to digest for our customers.
Yeah, Steve nailed it when he talked about simplicity, reliability, and performance. That's, people want to use the various technologies, and so when they use them, they really care about the integration, and simplicity, reliability, and performance are really important aspects for it to work well together. So we want to improve on all of those dimensions and improve the total number of technologies that we integrate with. So we've been focusing on OpenStack and Sahara, and obviously RHEL, talking about OpenJDK and OpenShift. So we want to increase the overlap in our portfolios. And ultimately, what we talked about earlier is letting application builders get the value out of the analytics and get the value out of the data. The more we integrate, the more we enable that. So we want to continue to integrate and continue to improve the quality of that integration.
So let's talk about another area that's going to be on both of your maps, that it already is, I'm sure, is the Internet of Things. Mm-hmm. And how will that relate to this, what you both are offering now? So Red Hat Enterprise, but they may be connecting to beacons or things out in the wild. And is this going to work seamlessly as well with both your platforms?
Sure, I think, so Red Hat has certainly invested in the Internet of Things. We have embedded RHEL for, running on small devices, as part of the sensor web. And I think we have, storage platforms. I think you'll see, I'd say probably the nexus there would be, we have Object Store, Gluster, which is a file store. There are different places for you to sort of persist that, it's Internet of Things. One thing about sensor data is, it grows really, really quickly, right? Mm-hmm. And so, I think we have, the Red Hat storage business has a number of different solutions for persisting that. And, I think if you look at, okay, now I want to run analytics on Internet of Things, right? We've got, HDFS and all these other, different storage solutions. I think what we'll see is being able to really swiftly deploy those analytical systems to be able to run analysis on what you're gathering from the sensor web. That's certainly one approach.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about, suppose you're writing an application with OpenShift, and you've got a lot of IoT data going into your analytics cluster. The integration is what's going to allow the value of the processing and analysis of that data to flow into the application layer. So, we're building the pipes that are going to enable the use cases, IoT being one of them.
Excellent. So, let's fast forward to a year and a half from now. Do you have a phase 3? Or where are you guys going to be going in long term with this relationship?
I would say, that's quite far out. Things can change a lot in 3 years. But I would say, part of, it's not really a very technical answer, but I think what you're going to see 3 years ago is alignment, right? Is basically the Cloudera teams and the RHEL, the Cloudera field and the RHEL field, really having an in-depth understanding of the different solutions that we offer and being able to really effectively describe that and map it to customer requirements. I think that's one of the things that you'll see that will become really integrated and be able to execute on well. I think Eli and I could probably talk about the next maybe 18 months.
Yes.
But, I think one thing you see in this space is that things change so much. There's so many disruptions, Memory, if you look at Hadoop and what it was in 2003 versus what it's now, the infrastructure is like exponentially different, literally, So I think we'll just keep working together and execute on our roadmap. But Eli, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of these threads aren't going to be done in 18 months. Like cloud infrastructure isn't going to be a solved problem in 18 months.
Sure.
So as much as I'd like to say we will have nailed everything by phase 2, I think these projects that we have identified are going to carry out in the future. The other thing I want to echo what Steve said, which is today we've been talking about integrating two technologies. Our customers want to talk more about solutions and how to, you mentioned IoT, but how to solve these problems. You'll see more joint reference architectures, more tight field alignment, right? We're going to get better and better about moving up the stack rather than talking about just about the technologies and integrating them to talking about solutions. And that's, that'll complement the stuff we're doing on the technology integration.
And then there's two things that never seem to be satisfied: security and performance.
Yes.
How do you make sure you build those in so you have the most secure platform, your data's secure, and you haven't compromised performance to where it's crippling?
Exactly. Well, I mean, security is a big focus for both companies because we obviously both focus on the enterprise, and security and data is their top concern. We have a 30-person center of excellence for security just devoted to that topic, and I know Red Hat and our security teams
have
been collaborating pretty tightly. And the reason it's important that we collaborate is that security isn't a problem for one solution or vendor to solve. Yeah. All of these integrations we talk about have to work in the context, as you said, of security and performance and reliability. So it's important.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely. I think we've already been talking to Cloudera around Kerberos, right? And Red Hat has a whole identity management product portfolio, which we take quite a consultative approach. One thing about security, it's a cross-cutting concern, right? As Eli said, it's not solution specific, and so we take quite a consultative approach. But we're already working together.
Right. Excellent. Well, we look forward to you guys working together, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys next year.
Thank you so much.
You.
Appreciate your time.